Welcome to the Debt-Free Discovery. This is Michael Sokolik Jr., MSJR, financial coach, where we learn that all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Debt is dumb. Let's learn how to crush it, stay out of it, and never go back into it. We're going to learn how to give generously beyond your wildest imagination. These are all biblical principles that have stood up to the test of time. Get ready. This is the start of the Debt-Free Discovery.
Hey everybody, Michael Sokolik Jr. here, MSJR financial coach, and today I'm going to talk with you a little bit about the debt snowball. A lot of people ask me about the debt snowball and they say, Michael, why do you recommend the debt snowball instead of the Avalanche method? What you'll do is you'll have the Avalanche, okay? And then you've got the snowball. All right, so this one over here, this is where you're going to take the highest interest first. This one here, you take the lowest balance first. Over here, you're going to work your way down to the lowest interest. And over here, you're going to work your way down to the highest balance, okay? Now, here's the difference between the two, is this one here is often credited with saving you money. So over here, you're gonna save money. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna pay everything off faster per se, because again, this is where it also boils down to your spending habits and your income, how much you're able to pay on this over here. Over here, this is where you're going to have small victories more often over here. You might pay less, you might pay more, you might pay faster, you might take longer to pay it off. So people often say, well, you want to save money. This whole thing's about saving money. You've already lost enough money, so I don't see the point in trying to save as many pennies as you can when it comes to paying the higher interest. Now again, mathematically, we're not here to discuss the whole mathematical situation about this. We're here to discuss the results that you get out of these here. Now, what you did this whole time that you were putting yourself into debt is you were doing things that felt good, right? You use debt to buy things that make you feel good. So you would use your credit card. Maybe you were purchasing, coffees at your local Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. It's always a great example. And you spend $5 a day on a frappe and you've got yourself in some debt, right? I like the rhyme. Okay, so some people are using their credit cards for home remodeling projects. But again, when you look at Lowe's and Home Depot credit cards, I mean, those are 25% interest rates, man. And again, these are for things that you don't have money for. So you can't pay it off at the end of the month. We're not here to talk about the end of month payoff. We're talking about what you did with credit cards or with vehicles or with home equity loans that you used to get yourself something that feels good. Now you've put yourself into a position where you are in debt. So the Avalanche method is great for mathematical equations and saving money over the course of time. But when it comes to the snowball method, okay, and if you have that drive to push and earn extra money, the snowball method is going to be what you want. And you actually can save more money by using the snowball method, because I actually saved money. We paid off $61,000 in debt in 18 months. We paid off $65,000 in 24 months total, but we didn't really, like that was doing minimum payments. But when we started the debt snowball, we had $61,000 in debt and it only took us 18 months to do so. So how did we save money by doing that instead of the Avalanche method? Is because we worked as much as we possibly could. We did any kind of side hustle that we could do. We did it. So that's how the snowball worked for us. So we're going to talk about the snowball and why it works for you, okay? Why it should work for you. Because if you're tuning in today, it's probably because you are not feeling good anymore about your income or about your finances. You're not feeling good about those anymore. So now it's time to do something that feels good. This whole time you used debt to feel good, to purchase things that would make you feel better. Now it's time to do something to get you out of debt. And what is it going to take to make you feel good to getting out of debt? So, doing the snowball, we are going to list our balances. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to say that the first balance is one of those little $300 credit cards and you've got a $200 balance on it, okay? Then I'm going to take the next credit card balance. This is the one that you want on vacation with, and the average amount of debt people use on vacation is around $1,200, so we're going to put that one there next, okay? After this, we're going to say that you have a car and you owe $12,000 on that car. And then you have your student loans, and you still have about $15,000 left on your student loans. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add up the total cost of your debt. So 15 and 12 is 27, and that'd be 28.2, and that would be 28,400 in debt. 28,000 is a pretty good amount of debt that we're going to work with here today. So this does not include your mortgage if you have a mortgage, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to pay the payments on these. So let's say that your minimum payment here is 130. What was this? Your car payment. The average car payment in America is $584. We're going to take this car payment, we're going to make it $350. We're going to go below average, okay? Right here, what was this one? This one was your credit card bill. We're going to say that the minimum payment there is $35, and that's the first credit card that you ever opened. We're going to say that minimum payment is $25. I haven't had a credit card in a long time. I remember this was the original minimum payment, no matter the interest rate on those credit cards. So I'm going to go with the $25. $35, $350, and $130. So your total amount of debt repayment per month is going to be $540 a month. If you were to invest that for 30 years, you would have over $3 million in a retirement account. Do you see what's going on here? So what you're going to do is when you do your budget, you have a zero-based budget, and it's in prioritized order. At the end, let's say that you have a surplus of $100 a month, or you get a side hustle earning $100 a month, okay? Maybe you're working one day a month. You're going to apply that to here. That's $125 a month towards this. You're going to pay that off in 1.5 months. This is going to be completely zeroed out, okay? Now, you're going to roll this payment down, the $125, into the $35 payment. So you add 35 to that. Now you've got yourself $160 a month. All right, so you take 100, you divide 1,200 by 160 a month. And now you're at 700, you're at 7.5 months. So you're at 1.5 months here. Okay? Over here, you're at 7.5 months to pay that one off. You roll the 160 into the 350. $510 a month. So that's going to take you 2 years to pay off that car loan at $510 a month. You're doing fantastic because you probably had a 60-month loan on that vehicle there. So you're doing fantastic. Take the $510 a month and we roll that into the 130. So now we've got ourselves $640. Your student loans are going to be paid in 2 years as well. that is what the estimated average would be here. So you're going to be at 4, 7. So you're going to be about 4 3/4 years. So you're going to be under 5 years. You can be completely debt free. It takes on average about 7 years for people to become debt free. And doing it in under 5 years is fantastic. Now, this doesn't include getting any other second jobs. It doesn't, now, over the course of 5 years, that doesn't include getting a raise. There's other ways to get out of debt here. You can use your tax money, refunds, or whatever you want to call those. You can you can sell your car and you can buy something cheaper. Man, you can write letters and try to get grants to pay off your student loans. Those do exist. There are programs that will pay your student loan off. I never had student loans. My wife did. We paid for them, but we did get offers for those kinds of things, but I don't know too much about them, so I'm not here to endorse those, but it could be worth looking into. And then, of course, your credit cards, you just got to pay those off. So this is the Debt Snowball. Why do I recommend doing this? Is because you're going to have a small victory here when you pay that off, and that's going to feel good. You're going to have another victory here in 7.5 months, and that's going to feel good. You're going to pay off your car, and that's going to feel good. You're going to pay off your student loan debt, and you're going to feel even better. Now, by that point, you got $640 because you still got the side hustle up here, okay? And you're investing that into your retirement fund. You're going to have over $3 million when you retire if invested over 30 years and based on a 12% return rate. Now, I'm not a financial advisor or planner. I'm just telling you, based off the compounding calculators that are free all over the internet, you can definitely do some numbers there, and a 12% return is not unheard of. The average return on the S&P 500 is 10 to 12%, so it is definitely possible. So I encourage you folks out there to do what fits your household best, and if you're one of those people who feel good when you use debt, the Debt Snowball is going to feel good when you put it into action and you pay off your debt. So, hey, everybody, this is Michael Sokolik Jr. with the Debt Free Discovery, and I hope that you were able to take something away today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you around the block.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Debt Free Discovery. Don't forget that diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in slave labor. We hope that you learned something today that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Remember, debt is dumb. Don't forget to crush it, stay out, and never go back in. Also, give generously. It's not yours to keep. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Debt Free Discovery.